Hi, Scorpio. I am finally here with your 2020 forecast. Thank you for being so patient with me. I know it's not easy being last. Before we get started, I just want to acknowledge you guys are probably noticing that my makeup is a little bit crazy. The lighting in here is not really that good to show off the colors, but I'll just close my eyes and you can see that I had some it almost looks like airbrushing done. My eyes are crazy. I've got um, all this fun stuff going on. So my best friend's boyfriend's son is a makeup art up and coming makeup artist. He is about to go to California and study, I guess, with the big leagues out there. And so we're sending him off, and he kind of did like a little makeup party so that I hadn't met him before. But anyway, he had some new palettes he wanted to try out and experiment on before he goes away. So I just got my makeup done, and he has an Instagram and a YouTube, and his Instagram is at makeup by Ty Sander, Sander. So if you want to check him out, or if you have just, I don't know, it might be fun because we might be able to say that we knew him before he was like doing makeup on Lady Gaga or something like that. So anyway, not to digress from your reading, thank you for being patient with me again. You've probably watched some of these at this point, but just in case you haven't, I want to go ahead and just give you the rules here, the lay of the land, so to speak. This is a general reading, so take what resonates, toss the rest. If it does not resonate, you may want to check out other aspects of your chart. I have put that down below. There is a link for you to check that out. You might have a lot of fire in your chart. You might want to look at the Leo reading, for example. So all of the other readings are posted on YouTube. And these, as you know, probably by now, I'm offering extended versions as well. If this is resonating, I encourage you to check that out over on Vimeo. The link for that is down below as well. That's $7.77. I apologize. My cats are out of control right now, of course, because I've not been home all day. So I apologize. It's just utter chaos around here. Just wait for the upstairs neighbor. That's like the trifecta. Anyway, but so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna pull a spread. We're gonna look at kind of how 2019 was for you, maybe some major events that transpired energetically, maybe some things going on, and how the year ended out for you, and kind of like what's going on now. We're gonna look at. I'm gonna pull cards for the theme or themes, whichever comes out, however many come out for 2020. The changes that you can expect for 2020, and then we're going to look at those more in depth. We'll also look more in depth at some of the issues and the things that come out in the 2019 spread. I will pull another spread over on Vimeo with a different deck that kind of compares and sees kind of what's coming for the year ahead. Also, if you are thinking about joining me on Vimeo, then I encourage you to think of a question, yes or no, timing, just any kind of question that you want answered. It can either relate to the spread that comes out here, or it can be something that's completely unrelated, and you can take that for you. And I'll pull an Angel Answers card or several, when we get over there. So, without further ado, and hopefully no more drama for my animals, we're gonna get started. Messages for Scorpio. All right, let's go. I think they're mad because they didn't get wet food. All right. Wow. Okay. Let's take a look at what's going on here. Sensing quite a few things here. First of all, I feel like the year could have started out potentially 2019 was sort of a difficult new beginning. We have the Ace of Swords as that energy. It could have been a year, a time when you just really started kind of speaking your truth, stepping into your truth, cutting away things that were no longer serving you, um, and kind of planting the seeds to, I think, just sort of better your life. I'm getting kind of like an overall aspect. There are a lot of cups here, so that definitely can be a romantic, emotional type thing. But I also can, I'm getting that there could have been maybe an unbalanced situation with work. I'm getting a sense that there wasn't enough maybe self-love going on, self-care. Um, and I'm thinking perhaps you were wanting towards like getting like spring, um, hoping for some sort of a communication from someone, a loved one. I don't know if it was an apology or some sort of a progress in a relationship, a romantic offer, something like that. But that wasn't successful. It wasn't coming to fruition, even though you felt like some of the seeds had been planted for that to manifest in the physical. And I'm getting, I think, because there was sort of like this almost, I mean, the Eight of Swords energy kind of going forward, I think you kind of maybe at some point realized it was a self-imposed imprisonment type situation where things aren't progressing because you aren't loving yourself enough, is what I was getting. I think you really started realizing maybe that maybe you were, being called to kind of to cut away some toxic relationships or situations, again, in a job, in a romantic situation, relationship, something like that. But things weren't successful and weren't coming to fruition. Like, again, I'm getting that the seeds had been planted, but maybe there were cycles repeating. And it's kind of like, all right, I'm not feeling stable. These things aren't maybe manifesting for me because I'm kind of giving too much of myself and that things are out of balance. I'm getting to that maybe there's some maybe awakening going on, maybe getting more tapped into your spirituality, getting more tapped into healing, self-love, self-care. Um, because, we have the Four of Wands here, which is about stability with the Six of Cups. So there could have been a situation in a family life, maybe childhood wounds and things that you're realizing now from childhood um, are at play in affecting you in your life now with the patterns, with the things that are manifesting, or I should say that maybe too that aren't fully manifesting and that's kind of stuck, and you're kind of like, why isn't this happening? I've got the Seven of Pentacles here. I feel like I've planted my seeds. I've done the work. I'm kind of waiting. But see all this like etheric stuff up here. I'm getting that, there was a realization that more had to be done. And with the Eight of Swords here, as the action forward, I'm thinking maybe by August, you were kind of like, okay, I'm going to change some things around and I'm going to look within. And the reason I'm saying you're going to look within at your own inner child um, is because we've got the Nine of Cups and the Hermit to close out the year. Nine of Cups is a card all about self-love, self-care, peace within. And the Hermit is a major arcana, and it's about going within. And looking at the image in this deck, this is the Star Tarot, by the way. They're kind of like out in the cold, and they're like trying to find their own light in the darkness. They're kind of realizing, this is all within me. I have to go sort of on my own journey, and I have to, there's more that needs to be done. And it's more about, again, I keep getting the self-love. There also could be a situation too where, you might be, on a divine sacred partner path, and you might be looking to reunite with that person. Excuse me, because again, the Four of Wands is a twin flame card. It's about stability, home life. Six of Cups can be about reunion. In addition, I'm getting kind of, like I said, I'm getting strongly here. There's maybe some inner child work, family, drama, or things that were kind of resurfacing, toxic patterns, and you're realizing that you have the power to kind of change these things and maybe set boundaries, that you hadn't done before. But again, the Four of Wands coupled with the Six of Cups can also mean, reunion, with a partner. And I think though, what again, even if that's what's resonating for you more, as far as like a sacred partner path, I think, you're still realizing that everything is within you. You've got to find that light within you. The nine and the nine, those are about closing out cycles. Nines are a very powerful number. Um, 2019 obviously ended with a nine, as far as the last digit of the year. And I think Scorpio energy, especially this year, was extremely powerful and forced us, with the Mercury retrograde occurring in Scorpio. I mean, you guys know if you followed my journey through that. I mean, October kicked my ass literally. Um, it was just really kind of an awakening, on another level for me, of the amount of self-love that I wasn't healing my inner child, that I thought I'd done the shadow work, okay, that I thought I had gone within enough, and was, but I wasn't. I was running from it. I was running from myself. So there may have been some of that going on here, where it's like you're starting out the year again thinking like, okay, I've done a lot of these things, but why is some of the stuff not coming to fruition? I'm also getting, because of the Page of Pentacles, you may have had a like news about a job. You might have had a job offer or a job change, this year, where you had felt trapped in the job that you were in. And this is bringing more stability and balance and happiness for you. Maybe reuniting you with, friends or people that you had been with before, and therefore it's bringing you kind of more back to your original self, and, um, the goals that you had set for yourself, in your career. So I know that's kind of all over the place, but there's a lot going on here. I mean, I feel like, see, I mean, there's a lot of energy coming out, guys. I don't know why my cats are going berserk. They haven't done this on any of the other videos. So I apologize for the distraction. But I'm getting to, you may also have really, connected more with nature this year. I think there maybe have been more, noticing more things, signs, synchronicities, numbers, spirit animals, totem animals, energy. Just there might have been a lot of shifts with you. I'm getting like May to August time, where again you were kind of realizing you have the power within you, the light within you, to change your situation. Look at the images on this card, the Princess of Pentacles. Like maybe you had done a lot of praying, a lot of manifesting work, affirmations, things like that, to bring about this physical change, with the job change, or with whatever, the family situation, to try to heal, whatever was going on here. The Seven of Pentacles is also like, she's, very contemplative, very much out in nature, connecting to things, to chakras, to energy. I mean, look at you've got them all represented here. Butterflies. I mean, there's just a lot of beautiful energy. And you may have started noticing too more, how the moon cycles are affecting you, because we've got, the two cards there with the new moon, and then just being kind of out in the dark and the night. I feel like there's maybe more, you've noticed with that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pull the theme or themes for Scorpio for 2020. That's good. So we've got happy, happy. That's a beautiful theme to have for this year. Again, it could be just because you have started doing that self-work and finding more happiness within yourself. You're feeling lighter, you're feeling more balanced, you're feeling more carefree. You may be feeling more abundant because of the stability, that you're finding. 2 plus 6, this is a 26, it's an 8. That you're the key, you found the key, you hold the key to your own happiness, is kind of what I'm getting here. But, we'll take a look more at that too. We've got, go the distance, which is, I think, more that you are getting closer, I think, to reaching your goals this year, where you were kind of at the Seven of Pentacles. You want to get to the 10. And so this could definitely be the year that happens, if this is your theme. Like I said, we're going to look more at that. But I am picking up on, because this is in here, this three between worlds, that again, if you are starting to go through an awakening, connecting more with nature, connecting more with the moon cycles and energy, um, you might be struggling to kind of balance that newfound connection. And I know I struggle with this at times. And I keep thinking, oh, it's going to get easier, it's going to get better. And it's like you go through ascension symptoms. You might have a lot of like sinus issues, um, purging, emotional things coming up. And it's like you're seeing this clarity, you're seeing this like old world that's being left behind, and what's coming forward. But it is difficult at times to coexist in both realities. So that could be something that you're dealing with as well. You're living kind of between worlds, but that's not a bad place to be, because that means you're growing and you're ascending. So we'll look at that, and then what changes can we expect for Scorpio for 2020? Okay, so we've got decisions. So if you're thinking about a decision, it could be about a career. You've got new career here as well. If you're thinking about maybe tapping more into your spirituality, doing something like that on the side, this could definitely be a sign for that. You may want to tailor your question around that if you're going to join me on Vimeo. We'll look, like I said, we'll look more into this in the extended. We also have seeking and finding. And so I think, again, this goes along with the theme of the Hermit and the Nine of Cups, going within, and really kind of discovering who you are, and realizing that, you're kind of shedding your old. I mean, Scorpio energy is about death. It's about transition. It's about, old ways being, transformation. So this is actually a very good thing to kind of, maybe you're getting back to like who you really are, and figuring out who you really are, and where what you want to do with your life at this point. So if that is resonating, then I encourage you to join me over on Vimeo. And either way, I hope you have an amazing year, and I look forward to hearing from you guys about everything that transpires. And I hope you continue to join me every step of the way. Take care.